Find out. What's that? Oh wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't think of that.
Talking about that.
I was thinking let's talk at halftime.
What about if he came up here and announced just the senior rec up
Perfect.
here and then went down?
That'd be.
Can he announce from up here?
He can announce the senior rec and then they'll go down and do the game.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But he can feed into the PA system from up here.
Yeah, it's wireless. I'm pretty certain.
wireless.
Yes,
That's perfect.
that's what I'm thinking.
That would
I
be
think
awesome.
that's great.
Because,
yeah.
I think if you unplug from that magic box there, it loses.
It's gonna lose. It will because
Yeah.
we had the issue with the last week with the boys game and the power went out.
Oh really?
Yes, and we had to unplug it and plug it back in like 10 times because it was. Yeah.
It's like I don't even understand how it works. It's just,
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. Plus the view and everything else. And let me see if this mic will reach.
Thank you. Welcome to JV Girls Lacrosse. We've got Mount Lebanon tonight playing Hampton. junior varsity game, and a little bit of rain, but not too bad. We're getting a little bit of a delayed start here. Apologies, but the action has just begun. We're 30 seconds into the game, 0-0, and we might see our, looks like a penalty called there on Lebo, and ball in the stick of Hampton's goalie, looking to clear.
This is a replay of a game a couple weeks ago, is it not? They played a JV game that night.
I believe you're correct, Mark. JV squad undefeated on the year. They're talking about Mount Lebanon right now, and nice ground ball there, a GB by Morgan Daniels, number 3, and Lebo looking to attack here. Nora Austin covered, double covered, and back to the X for Lebo. Nina Harpster with the ball, looking for a cutter, trying to find one. And Lebo had a tie with Peters, but other than that, all wins this season. Nice pass inside to Morgan Daniels.
Shot, Morgan.
Tessa Conaway with a nice assist there to Morgan Daniels, and Morgan with a spin to her left and a right-handed shot, her power side. And Lebo takes the lead 1-0, 2 minutes into the game. We've got a lot to offer you all.
An exciting night tonight.
Exciting night, and who cares about the rain, Mark?
That's right. There's no rain. It's not coming.
What rain? We've got the JV game against Hampton here first, and then in between games from 7:30 to 8, we've got senior recognition night, recognizing a good group of Mount Lebanon Lacrosse girls, seniors. Great class this year, nice girls and great people, and that'll be from 7:30 to 8, and then we've got an 8 o'clock varsity game after that, and that'll be against Baldwin. So a lot of stuff going on tonight. Hopefully the thunder and lightning stay away. And
Goal by Tessa Conaway.
she's got a goal and an assist early in the game. That was unassisted. Nice move there by Tessa, moving across to her left and shooting righty. And Lebo jumping out to a 2-0 start here pretty quickly.
The Lebo JV team has not had much trouble with any opponents this year, other than Peters.
That's right, Mark. A number of them have been blowouts to the extent that Brian Catan, the head coach, has been yelling at them to slow things down a little bit and not score so much. But nice effort all around here by Lebo. And a third draw control right there. Avery Saba picking it up, and that was, I believe it was Sarah Hudak on the draw. Turnover, unfortunately.
Oh, nice check.
Sarah Hudak picks the pocket with a check from behind there. Nice job by Sarah, causing the turnover. And Lebo gets the ball back, takes it into the offensive zone. Daniels with the ball up top. Saba out at the 12. Saba flashing that lefty move.
That's right.
Over to a cutting Hudak, and nice cut, nice catch, nice shot.
Nice low shot.
Sarah Hudak with her first of the game. She's been a mainstay on the scoreboard this year, Mark. And so we've got Conway with a goal and assist. And was that Daniels with the assist right there?
I did not catch who had the assist on that.
Unofficially give that to Daniels, and Hudak with a nice goal. Lebo up 3-0 with about 5 minutes into the game here. This is junior varsity lacrosse, girls lacrosse, Mount Lebanon and White, home game here. Playing against the Hampton Spartans. I believe they're the Spartans.
Hampton Talbots.
I was thinking of Hempfield, Mark. Sorry about that. To all the Hampton viewers and any Hempfield viewers, which would be strange but possible. And draw control there for Hampton. Nice job. It's 3-1 on the draw control for Lebo at this point, and Hampton's got it back in the X behind Lebo's goal. And both the offense and the defense are set. Trying to roll the crease, and does.
Nice goal there.
Quick footwork there, and quick move, and a powerful shot. He was number 25 of Hampton. Well done by her. Apologies, we don't have a roster here for the Hampton team for JV. We should have one for the varsity game later. Baldwin. So it's 3-1.
That's a strong move.
Very strong moves.
Yeah.
Really nice crease roll. Kind of a burst of speed that I wasn't expecting, and maybe the defense wasn't quite expecting either. We've got Madison Flynn, number 30, in goal for Lebo. And it's hard for a goalie when it's one on goalie and the attacker's right outside the crease. Right. You can't expect your goalie to be saving that type of shot. That's on the D, in my opinion. Nice draw control there by Sarah Hudak. Trying to run it down. And Bethany Allen, nice GB in traffic, ground ball there. Crosses over the goal line, extended, pass inside to Morgan Daniels. Daniels trying to break free, double covered.
Smartly pulls it out.
Does the right thing, that's right, pulls it out. And passing around the top are Hudak over to Conaway.
Shooting space.
And so we'll have our first 8-meter of the game here. And it's Tessa Conaway on the 8. See if Tessa takes a shot here. Not a bad position. Tries to beat the defenders, and does.
That's
Beautiful
good. Nice
shot. Low left on the goalie. Nice shot there, unassisted. Yep. Tessa Conaway, 8-meter.
Good job, Tessa. That's a hard goal for the goalie to defend. She was well covered on defense too.
Mount Lebanon goals scored by number 45, Tessa Conaway.
Tessa already with 2 goals in this game and an assist. We're only 8 minutes in, 4-1 Lebo. Talking about girls junior varsity team here against Hampton JV team. And nice draw control to herself, Sarah Hudak. Beautiful play there. And up to Saba. Lebo's pushing it in. And Saba sees daylight, beats a defender, and a beautiful shot down low again. Bouncing on the ground, and that was a quick strike there, Mark.
Yes, it was. Brought it right down. That's the key of winning those draws. You get opportunities like that.
So Saba's first of the night, and Lebo picking it up quickly here.
Looks like a nice light rain starting to fall.
As long as we keep the thunder and lightning away, I think it'll be a great night. Lots of umbrellas, a few fans hunkered down under umbrellas or just wearing raincoats or ponchos. And nice flip by Daniels on the draw. Saba picks it up. Pass back to Daniels. Another draw control for Lebo. I've got 4-1 on the draw control and 5-1 on the score. It's a game of possession oftentimes. Here we see Marr with the ball, Olivia Marr, and nice pass inside to Nora Austin. Couldn't quite handle it, and a little bit high for Nora, and Hampton takes it over. In the sphere called, a little too close to the head with Lebo's stick there, so Hampton will get a free position. And Lebo pressuring here on the D, which is what you want to see out of your middies, attackers, and defenders, of course. And they cause a turnover.
That's right.
Over to Flynn, and Flynn out to Maher. Maher sees Daniels a little bit over her head, and Daniels can't corral the ball before it goes out of bounds. The pass goes out of bounds, it's a turnover, and Hampton brings it up into the, trying to get into the offensive zone, across the restraining line at the 30, and they do. push there called on Saba. You're not allowed to extend your arms when you're engaged with someone as a defender, unless they're extended to begin with. And Hampton back in the X, looking for a pass, and deflected by Madison Flynn. Nice play by the goalie there. Get her stick on it and deflect it.
Nice pass ahead.
Oftentimes those goalies get in the way of those passes out of the X, and Madison did a nice job of that there. Bethany Allen bringing it up the field, over to Grace Goslin. Grace thought about shooting perhaps, but
I think sometimes
didn't force it.
The attack sometimes forgets that the goalie's there as a defender as well. Just not sitting in the goal.
I think you're right. I think you think of the goalie as stopping her shot, but not necessarily engaged. And there, interception, nice interception by Grace Goslin. Passes it up to Nora Austin, and Austin with her first goal of the game. Nice, little bit of I think the goalie maybe lost it a little bit out of her stick, kind of blooped it out there, and alert play by Goslin for an assist. Her first of the night, and a nice goal by Nora Austin. Her first of the night as well. So Lebo off to a quick start, 6-1. We're not quite halfway through the first half here. We got a lot of fun for you all tonight, and lucky for you, you're dry if you're listening to this right now, because it is it's coming down a little bit out here.
Yes, it is.
It's not heavy, but kind of a medium rain right now.
Sort of hoping for the rain was going to hold off till after the game started. The varsity game started.
Olivia Maher with a nice control there on the draw, and Lebo's up 5-1 on draw controls. Very effective, and a little bit of a disconnect on the pass, and the ball will go over to Hampton there. I imagine it's a little slick for everybody. Fortunately, we have turf. And in Western Pennsylvania, turf is kind of necessary for any spring sport.
That's right. That's right.
I remember the days of playing in Mellon Field and Bird Park, and it was not pretty.
We're a couple years into the addition of 2 additional large turf fields, and it's really been a godsend for a lot of the sports, especially youth.
Yeah.
The youth sports.
No, that's right. Yeah, I asked, because the varsity team had as a backup for a lot of year Bird Park, which is a grass field nearby here. And I asked Avery if they've been out there at all, and she said, no need. So none of the drainage issues associated with Bird or anything like that. And
what type of kid doesn't enjoy getting a little muddy every once in a while?
you know,
right?
the mud built a lot of character.
Yes, it does.
That's true. You know, I don't know if the turf builds as much character. We gotta ask them. And
Nice save.
a nice crease roll by 25 of Hampton, who scored their goal. She got her right shoulder free, took a shot, bounced it, and Flynn judged the bounce nicely. Madison Flynn, that is, Lebo's JV goalie for this half, and did a great job there of judging that. And Lebo's doing a nice job of pushing up the field. Of course, I jinxed him as soon as I said that. Ball down and picked up by Hampton, coming the other way. Hampton in blue going right to left, and Lebo in white. Lebo's leading 6-1. We've got 11 minutes left in the first half here. JV girls lacrosse, Mount Lebanon against Hampton. As you said, Mark, it's a rematch of an earlier game this season, and I can't recall the score on that one, but I suspect it was handily won by Mount Lebanon, as most of their JV games have been. I want to say they're 9-0-1. Ooh, that could be called dangerous. Now they're saying it's a foul on the defender. I thought that was quite a swipe she took with the defender having good position there. You don't want to see the defender get hurt. That would be a dangerous follow-through, but forgive me, I don't have as good of an angle as the ref, and it was a foul on Lebo. So 8 meter, and a nice save, getting her foot out there and her stick out there was Madison Flynn, and Hampton is now 0 for 1. That was their first 8 meter. They do recover the ball in the X nicely, and nice save there by by Flynn. I've got that as her, at least her second save of the game. Hampton out at the 12, looking to set up their offense. Man-D by Lebo was help sliding over from the near position. Lebo defenders lined up roughly around the 8. Hampton takes it back into the X. This girl has rolled the crease twice now and trying to do it a third time.
Well defended that time.
Very well defended. Who was that? Might have been Gosselin at the end there. There was probably another defender involved. But the defense doing a nice job here. And that was number 14 there defending, Olivia Maher. And that was some good D there by Sophia Cunningham, number 19. Push called on Lebo, and Hampton bringing it inside the critical scoring area, but double teamed by Lebo, and backs it out. And rolling the crease, and a nice check from behind there. And that was Talia Gelman, number 26. With a really nice check from behind, picking a pocket of an attacker, and up to Bethany Allen. Allen sees Harpster in front of the goal. Unfortunately, the pass wasn't, they didn't quite make the connection. The ball rolled into the crease, and of course Lebo can't touch it at that point, so it goes over to the Hampton goalie. Nina was open there, they just didn't quite make the connection. On the clear, Sophia Cunningham picks up the GB, ground ball. And nice pass up to Tessa Conaway, excuse me. Olivia Maher back in the X, looking for a cutter, finds Gosselin. Gosselin's double teamed, but sees Daniels. Daniels is open, she gets double teamed. And Lebo showing good patience there, not forcing the ball.
That's right.
And backing out of those double teams, making a pass. So ball back up top. Hampton defender really extending. That can get you in trouble. But Daniels passes it around, and Lebo isn't able to take advantage. Olivia Maher at the 12 right now, looking for a passing partner. Nice pass to Bethany Allen. Bethany was well defended there, but did get her shot off.
It sounded like somebody got a stick on it.
I was thinking the same, Mark. It looked like the velocity wasn't quite there, indicating someone got her stick on the shooter's stick. Nice redefend here, really nice redefend. That was 27 Eliza White and 14 Olivia Maher there, defending, pressuring hard, and causing a turnover. So back to Lebo, up to Harpster. Harpster grabs the ball this time, and shoots right at the crease and tiptoes around and makes sure she doesn't cross over the crease. Beautiful pass and shot right there.
Can't blame that on the Hampton goalie. No way to defend that shot.
So Nina Harpster, her first of the night, 7-1 Lebo, just under 6 minutes here. It's great to be out here, rain or shine. We didn't have a season last year, so
that's true. Take anything you can.
This is all gravy.
That's right.
We could not be playing right now, and yet the girls are out here. It's 70 degrees, a little bit of rain, so what? And it's really fortunate that we have this, and we got a great program here too.
And I feel like the WPIAL and the local commissioners found a way to make this work this lacrosse season, and it's good for these girls.
Yeah, it's so good.
There's always excuses not to play. It's nice to see them make excuses get them to play.
Trying to apply some rigorous thinking to it. How can we do it so that the girls have their season and be safe at the same time? Right. Not, like you said, not just falling over at the first reason not to do it.
Right.
But trying to find safe ways to do it. They did a good job of it. we've had a few rescheduled games, but really the season's been pretty unmarred
I agree.
by trouble or by, yeah, knock on wood is right. We got still a lot of lacrosse coming up this season, even though it's in May already.
Oh, off the post.
Nice shot by number 2 there of Hampton, hits the pipe and scramble in front of the goal. And Sophia Cunningham with a nice ground ball there in traffic, comes up with it, passes it over, and number 25 of Hampton read her eyes, knew where she was going, and jumped in for the interception. She passes it inside, number 40. Number 40 not seeing anything, well defended there by Nora Austin. And Lebo's defense doing a good job. Only 1 goal so far for Hampton. We've got just under 4 minutes left, so over 20 minutes transpired here in the first half. And a little side backhand,
Get a little fancy there.
Little mustard on that. Missed the goal wide though, so I mean, part of that speaks to the good positioning of the Lebo defender in my mind, that she didn't have anything else except some kind of backhand no-look scoop shot at the goal. Unfortunately, Lebo brings it down, and a little bit sloppy on the passing there and the catching, and passes it away, and Hampton brings it down. Back into the offensive zone for Hampton. Seven to 1 Lebo, just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. All Lebo so far, really. A couple nice plays here and there for Hampton for sure, but other than that, it's all Lebo.
That was a nice looking shot there across the
Yeah,
bottom.
nice little spin and a lefty offside, offhand shot there. You'd like to see those left-handed shots. Eliza White with a nice ground ball there. Passes it up to Nora Austin. Austin up to Olivia Maher. Maher has Conway open in front of the goal. Conway with a hard shot. Beautiful shot there. Everyone throw your hats in the air. Tessa Conway has a hat trick already in the first half here. 2 minutes to go. Lebo's up 8-1.
Good looking movement down the field on that series of plays.
Absolutely, Mark. It's a lot harder to score oftentimes once the defense is set and everybody's down there. In my opinion, you want to push the ball down just like the JV team did right there. And we always used to talk about how the ball moves faster than people's feet. So pass, shoot. You can do it in 5 seconds. You can get the ball all the way down the field and shoot. And Lebo did that right there. It was really, really nice. Hampton wasn't set, and Conway had defenders coming in, but really had a clear shot on goal.
They weren't set up. Hampton defense was not ready.
They were scrambling.
That's right.
So 8-1, minute and a half to go here. JV game, and JV looking good as usual. Hampton probably hoping to get another tally before halftime here. Not having any luck penetrating, although now they do. Check from behind, nice check by Sarah Hudak, and nice pickup in traffic by Sophia Cunningham. Leaves it off inside the crease for Madison Flynn, the goalie. Flynn passes it out to Hudak. Hudak up to Daniels. Daniels at the 30. Up to Saba, ball down, but picked up by Austin. Austin's covered, sees Daniels, and Lebo successfully brings it across the restraining line. Sarah Hudak, 1 goal this half, a little bit quiet for her,
That's right.
but really not needed by the team to have any more goals than that. Nice spread of scoring amongst Lebo's squad this half. And Lebo perhaps holding it for a last shot. We've got 20 seconds left in the first half here. JV girls lacrosse, we've got Mount Lebanon against Hampton. And ball down, a high pass to Nina Harpster. Nina couldn't hang on to it. And Hampton's coming down, 8 seconds. This is where the ball moves faster than your feet. 4 seconds.
Not going to get a shot out.
And that would be it for the half. Strong first half by Mount Lebanon. 8-1. We've got Mount Lebanon girls JV lacrosse leading Hampton here. I've got a lot of goal scorers for Levo. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for those 8 goals. Nice spreading of the wealth, if you will. Tessa Conway with 3 goals and an assist. Mark.
Great first half.
Great first half. I've got Nina Harpster with a goal, and Nora Austin with 1, Avery Saba with 1, Sarah Hudak with 1, and Morgan Daniels with 1 and an assist. And I've got Grace Goslin with an assist. And there's probably an assist or 2 that I missed. So roughly half of those 8 goals,
been assisted.
4 or 5 were assisted. Definitely want to see that. That's nice. I was talking to Julie Bushman, the assistant coach of the varsity squad, the other day.
Lacrosse would like to thank the following sponsors for their contribution to the
No, don't want to talk over the PA here. Hopefully you can hear.
Chamberlain and McCreary Realtors, Climatech, Flynn Glamwall, Fort Pitt Capital, G6 Builders Construction Company, Hood Orthodontics, J&A Landscaping, Law Offices of Olga Salvatore, Reisinger, Comer, and Miller Law Firm, Riley, Hewitt, Whitty, and Romano Law Firm, Roland Lambert Building Company, Taco Diablo, The Porch, The Saloon, Tom's Pizza and Wings, Wendy Williams and Associates, Attorney at Law, White Realty Advisors.
getting ready for the start of the second half here. We've got JV girls lacrosse, Mount Lebanon at home, playing against Hampton. Lebo in white, Hampton in blue. And halftime score, Mount Lebanon 8, Hampton 1. Pretty much all Lebo that first half. 5-2 on the draw controls, and we'll see what happens here. Sarah Hudak with a nice control to herself, and Lebo continuing really to dominate the possessions and dominate the game. Got a lot of fun for you all tonight, not just this game, but after this game at 7:30 roughly, we've got, let's see what that call was. Did you mark?
No, I missed it, I'm sorry.
Okay. Didn't really see anybody move or anything, but after the JV game at 7:30, we've got senior recognition tonight. A nice group of seniors on Mount Lebanon Lacrosse. They've been together for a lot of years, and nice for them to get recognized. Always a special night. So that's from 7:30 to 8 roughly, and then at 8 o'clock we've got varsity playing Baldwin here at home, and so a lot of fun stuff going on tonight. The rain has stopped, and we've got around 70 degrees, maybe cooling off a little bit. Nice ground ball there by Sophia Cunningham. Passes up to Hudak. I'd say Lebo's definitely got the advantage tonight in terms of the ground balls and the 50-50 balls. And of course, as soon as I say that, a Hampton player comes up with one. A nice job there.
Yeah, credit to the defense.
Yeah. Hampton's definitely got some players with some skills and some speed. Lebo's just defending hard and not making life easy for them tonight. And case in point right there, nice little steal by Eliza White. Very nice, nicely defended with her body, strong and causing a drop ball and picking up the GB. Lebo into the offensive set.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them passing around a little bit more this half.
That's right, Mark.
I know the coaching staff at Mount Lebanon's not one to pile it on typically.
No, we'll see if they run plays though. What I've seen in past years is they'll run a play and one of the players might catch the ball in front of the goal, have the opportunity to shoot, and then just keep running and take it out, and that would be considered maybe a successful execution of the
Absolutely.
play. You don't want to see him just passing it in a circle, obviously.
Right. Nothing's really learned there.
Nothing's learned there by the defense as well as the offense. So everybody wants to be tested. Nina Harpster with really an uncontested crease roll there. She saw the opening and took it. Good for Nina. Her second goal of the night.
There's two Hampton defenders there, and neither one of them stepped to Nina.
Guessing they probably thought the other one was going to take care of business, but neither one did. Never a good assumption if you're on defense to assume someone else is going to cover the ball. You want to cover that ball, stop ball. It's always first job. Pretty much no matter what sport you're playing.
That's right. That's right. Take it
Learned
upon
that,
yourself.
Talked about that a lot in basketball and a fast break. Got to stop ball.
That's the primary mission of a defender.
Really nice draw control there by Hudak. Hudak up to a running Austin. Austin over to Daniels.
Oh, strong
Beautiful.
shot. Yeah.
Pass shot. Assist for Austin. Second goal of the night for Daniels. And Austin also has a goal earlier. It was a beautiful draw control and quick passes to cutters. That's how you execute quickly. We talked about not letting the defense get set. They did it there really nicely off of a draw. So it wasn't even like they brought it all up from the defensive end and players couldn't get back in time or anything like that. They just pushed it and did it very well there. Who do we have here on the draw? Looks like Grace Goslin.
Yes.
And nice draw control by number 15, excuse me, of Hampton there, with getting some air under her shoes, and a little bit of a push called there outside of the critical scoring area.
Back judge called it from way back. Must have seen it.
Ball down in the X. Hampton does pick it up. And 10-1 Lebo right now. 5 minutes into the second half, so we've got 20 minutes to go. Second half, JV squad here. And well in control. I'm sure Hampton's looking to see if they can get another goal out of this. But Lebo defense really stingy tonight. And goalieing as well. Nice job by Madison Flynn in the first half. I think we may have had a change in goalie. Can't quite catch a number right now. Yep, it's number 13. That's Elena Harpster. She's been splitting time in goal, kind of half and half with Madison Flynn, and they seem to be alternating who takes first half, who takes second. Both of them doing a nice job, Mark, in goalie.
The whole year.
Yeah, the whole year. It's such a critical position in lacrosse, and there we mentioned Elena with the ball, and she's being covered and attacked by nicely defended there to allow Elena to get back to the goal. That was Eliza White and Sophia Cunningham. That would be in the sphere, and that could be a card. It looks like she's digging there. Yeah, Sophia Cunningham got the attacker beat both Eliza White and Cunningham there, and Cunningham
probably saved their goal, but
saw the opportunity to get a check, but she had to get too close to the player's head. Think about Buzz Lightyear. All these players in girls lacrosse have a bubble around their head. You can't get your stick inside of that bubble, otherwise it's a foul called in the sphere. And a powerful shot there by number 25. That's her second goal of the night, scoring all the goals for Hampton. Sorry we don't have her name, but very nice shot there. Well done by number 25 on the, that was an 8-meter, I believe. So Hampton's 1 out of 2 on their 8 meters for the night. So 10-2, Mount Lebanon leading Hampton here. And we've got senior recognition coming up in between the games. That'll be in about 18 minutes. Recognizing Lebo seniors, and knock on wood, the skies kind of cleared up a little bit, and we might have some.
Is it 8 seniors or 9 seniors this year?
That's a good question.
That's a pretty big class.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 seniors. That's right, Mark.
It's a big class.
Draw control there, I think, by Lebo, but turnover. And Hampton bringing it back left to right here. Really nice senior class in a lot of ways. I've known a lot of these girls for a long time. Unfortunately, one of them did recently tear her ACL. That's Bridie Kane, a starter at Midi. Tore her ACL in the Cannon Mac game at the beginning of the game just a week ago. She is scheduled for surgery next week, and but tough way to
You don't want to see that to
have your,
anybody.
you know, after not playing last year. I mean, our hearts go out to Bridie for sure, and certainly wish her a speedy recovery after her surgery next week. But really nice team of nice varsity squad this year for Lebo. Nice move there by Bethany Allen. Nice dodge. Pass up to Avery Saba. Lebo on the move, pushing it again. Really, as we said, we'd like to see that.
Wow.
Beats her defender, Avery Saba does, and a beautiful hard shot there in the lower right of the goal. Avery's second of the night, unassisted there. Really nice, nice play there by Avery. Nice, as we've talked about, for Lebo to push the ball up the field on that one. We've got 11-2.
11-2. 16 minutes left. Again, Hans not allowing Hampton any time to set up any sort of defense.
No, I wonder. You almost wonder if they've talked about pushing that a little bit more this past week. I also think in a lot of these games, Mark, I think back to the youth programs. I can't help but think about that in the JV squads especially, but even in the varsity squads. Lebo's full up. They're trying hard not to turn away players down at the first grade level in their youth program right now. And, you know, those players come into high school ready to play.
Yeah.
I mean, these 7th and 8th grade teams are dominating in Western PA. You know, they tend to be first or second in the area every single year. It's really impressive.
Yeah, we're playing against similar sized schools, and we show up, and it's obvious that these young players are way better. They just appear more skilled at this level, at this age,
Yes.
coming into high school than other schools. And that, like you said, it's a reflection of the strong youth program and the people involved and who run it and volunteer for it. It's not.
And certainly we don't want to take anything away from the coaching staff, and mention the coaches now. Head coach Brian Catan, Julie Bushman doing a great job, Sarah Lamphere, and then Kat Murphy for the JV squad that you're seeing right now play. So great job by them as well. But we also want to give credit, because lots of times you don't hear about the youth program when you're watching high school sports, but that's what's happening here. Kristen Reisinger is the Lebo Lax commissioner, and hats off to Kristen. She's been paying her dues and helping make this program an excellent one for years now. Tim Murdoch, high school girls commissioner. Aaron Bettler is the youth girls lacrosse commissioner. And credit to Aaron, and thank you to all those volunteers for all their work. And Mount Lebanon girls lacrosse. You may be able to see on your screen some of the seniors and the varsity squad warming up and making some noise and having some fun. Hampton back to the game here, streaking down the field left to right, but nicely defended there by Maher. Not showing, not giving any opportunity there. And but Hampton retains possession. They're out at the 12, and their offense is set. Lebo's D is set, and we'll see who prevails in this battle. Number 2 back into the X.
Is that an unusual spot for the referee to be standing?
That's a good question. A little close to the action. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
And a nice shot there. I was going to be a little nitpicky and say how long number 2 is holding onto the ball, but she had a beautiful crease roll there and a nice shot,
Nice low
lower right in the goal, unassisted there by number 2. That's Hampton's 3rd goal of the night, and well done, very well done by her. Again, we don't have the numbers we don't have the names to go with the numbers for Hampton's JV squad, but number 25 scored twice, and number 2 has scored once for Hampton. We're watching girls junior varsity lacrosse here. We've got 11-3, Mount Lebanon over Hampton. We're halfway through the second half. We've got 12 and a half minutes left, and we're gearing up in a few minutes at the end of this game for senior recognition of the seniors in Mount Lebanon's program. As Mark pointed out, 9 seniors in this program, and we'll do that from 7:30 to 8 roughly, and then we've got a varsity game against Baldwin at 8 o'clock. Beautiful check from behind by Avery Saba there. And unfortunately, they don't connect on the pass, and the ball's
Still down.
Picked up, nice GD there by Sarah Hudak, number 12. Sarah's looking for a passing partner, and unfortunately, Nora Austin doesn't have eyes in the back of her head. Didn't see Tessa Conway wide in front of the goal, but anyhow, Lebo getting reset. Grace Goslin was open inside the 8-meter, calling for it aggressively. But ball down. Morgan Daniels controls it nicely. And Lebo passing it around back behind the X. You're right, Mark. This ref on this end is not sort of 10 feet from the goal where the players are trying to roll the crease. Nice pass inside to Sarah Hudak, and a beautiful catch, a jumping catch by Sarah, and a shot there. I didn't quite, was it Saba on the assist? But I'm not sure there. We'll give it to Saba unofficially. Second goal of the night for Sarah Hudak, and 2 goals and an assist for Saba. So a lot of spreading of the wealth among the Lebo JV squad. A lot of players shining tonight, looking really strong. Both ends of the field, offense and defense. And draw control over to Lebo again. We've got 10-2 on the draw control. And maybe not surprisingly, 11-3 on the score. Game of possession, and the way I look at it, especially without a shot clock. We've talked about that a little bit, but if you don't have the ball, you can't score. So,
as you said many times, the game of possession, and you see it again and again.
Oh, beautiful pass inside to Nora Austin. I thought that ball was in, and I think the goalie thought it was in, but it might have bounced around the cage. I'm not sure what happened there. It was a beautiful pass and a beautiful shot. It just didn't quite finish there. Coach Patan yelling out some orders to the team. We've got just under 10 minutes to go. JV Lacrosse here, Lebo leading Hampton 11-3. And illegal check there on the Hampton defender. Lebo out at the 12, it's an indirect. And Grace Gosselin loads up on her lefty side. Like to see that shot a little bit high over the goal, but Nora Austin properly positioned, and closest to the ball is across the end line. Gosselin again looking to do something around the crease, and Lebo passing it around. A lot of chitter chatter you hear are the Lebo players and fans filing in here.
Getting excited for tonight.
Little excitement around senior rec night. The signs are up, the balloons are out, the photos are up. We'll have to show you some of that when we get a break, but exciting night for a group of 9 seniors for Mount Lebanon. Until that point, though, so we're looking at senior recognition probably starting around 7:30, maybe 7:40, and then Baldwin, a varsity game happening at 8 o'clock, Mark, right on the back of senior recognition. We've got an 8-meter here. Don't want to take away from this game where the JV squad's really doing a nice job. Is that Hudak with the ball?
I can't,
I'm not sure.
Yes, it is.
So Hudak with an 8-meter for Lebo. And Sarah covered well, but
still gets a
beautiful
shot.
weaves around, dodges around to the right of a defender, and then places the ball lower left. Unassisted goal. Throw your hats in the air for Sarah Hudak. Second hat trick of the night. Tessa Conway with one, and Sarah Hudak with one.
Take a little shot for the fans turning for the JV at some of the senior signs.
Yeah, some great signs here. We've got Hope Husak down on the left there. We've got Jenna Lebo, appropriately named, of course, for Mount Lebanon. Sarah Tabak, the red sign there. We've got Jen Pumas going to Miami, University of Miami, not Miami of Ohio, where Sarah Tabak is going. Avery Tandon going to Duke, and we've got some folks standing in front of the sign of Brooke Loughran, number 36, a senior defender, and then we've got Gia Capristo. going to JMU, number 9 on the right end there. Apologies to the Hampton fans. We just
Missed a goal.
missed a goal by them. But special night here for the seniors in Lebo, and a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz down there, and deservedly so. A little bit of a dark cloud coming here, Mark.
Well,
Right in time for parents and our seniors to walk across the field. But,
hopefully we'll get that in before that dark cloud arrives.
You know,
For everybody
Pittsburgh in
involved.
spring, you can't say you're surprised that it rains.
No.
It's what makes it beautiful and green and lots of flowers here. So
And to be honest with you, we've been so lucky the entire season. We haven't had a
no, that's right.
bad night.
Yeah. No, I remember years with snow. I remember, obviously thunder and lightning calling games. Certainly hope we don't get any lightning or thunder this evening. And Grace Gosselin, beautiful move to her left, her offside. Grace with a left-handed shot, unassisted there, really showing off her speed and her skills. So Grace has a goal and an assist on the night, and I may head down in a minute here.
We have a little celebrating to do tonight.
Yeah,
Take your time.
absolutely. Daughter Avery's senior.
You've placed this JV game well in hand.
Yes, I think they can do it without me.
It'll
As long
be
as you're
close.
here, I think they still need you, but
That's
I don't
right.
think they need me anymore. It's 13-4 Lebo, and
Go down to your daughter. We'll take it. All right, just over 4 minutes left. Again, this is the Mount Lebanon JV game against Hampton. We have the varsity game coming against Baldwin, and more importantly, we have the senior rec night coming up immediately following this JV game. Okay, we have a 8-meter shot. I think it's Sarah Hudak again. See if she can put another goal in. Where are you going? He's going. Tim's going. We have a goal. I apologize, I missed who shot that. Another goal by Mount Lebanon. The Mount Lebanon JV beating the Hampton Talbots 14-4. A strong win on the draw by Morgan Daniels. Taking it down. Passes it to the X. They're going to set up their offensive plays. The rain, unfortunately, is starting to come down a little bit harder. You can start seeing the umbrellas popping up in the stands. Just under 2 minutes left. That's out to Tessa Conaway. Nora Austin. Sarah Hudak. Playing keep away now. Mount Lebanon's trying to run down the clock. Again, I want to remind everybody we have the senior rec night starting shortly after the end of this JV game. So you'll hear about all the great varsity players that are graduating and going on. Some really great colleges represented on these signs down below. Pass out back out to Morgan Daniels. With Avery Sava, picked off by Hampton. Quickly turning the field, just under a minute to play. We have a shooting space foul. Elena Harpster in goal, the Hampton player, number 12. Nice save by Elena Harpster. Unfortunately, Hampton was there to clean up the ground ball in this shot. I should say the block shot. And that is the game, folks. Final score, I'm not sure if that last goal counted, 14-5. Mount Lebanon JV defeats the Hampton Talbot JV team 14-5. The varsity team is setting up for the senior rec. I'm going to put the camera on the field now. You can see the underclassmen getting ready to welcome the varsity players. The seniors are over there huddled under umbrellas with their family, getting ready to walk across the field.
We're ready?
I think so.
Please say I go. I think they're ready. What do you think?
1 second. As soon as I get that.
Good evening and welcome to the 2021 Mount Lebanon High School Girls Lacrosse Senior Recognition Game. We have 9 Blue Devil seniors that we are acknowledging tonight for their dedication to the Mount Lebanon Girls Lacrosse team. First, we would like to acknowledge the 6 Baldwin seniors that we will be playing tonight. Number 8, Brooke Shannon. Number 9, Grace Hampton. Number 17, Katie Iwana. Number 29, Olivia Greenaway. Number 26, Taylor Minson. and number 39, Samantha Lyden. To kick off our ceremony, we would like to share a special message to our seniors. It is titled An Open Letter to Every Athlete on Their Senior Night. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. For many of you, today was a day that you had always wished would come sooner, only to find that when the day arrived, wishing for it to come was the last thing you truly ever wanted. When stepping out onto the court or field or rink for the very last time today, take a moment to stand quietly and look out into the crowd. Look to your teammates, to your coaches, and to your fellow seniors, and remember the way this made you feel. As this feeling, you will remember for the rest of your life. Today and every day moving forward will be filled with memories that will last you a lifetime. Today is a day bound to be filled with endless amounts of tears, both happy and sad, so let it be. Let these feelings consume you and serve as a reminder that no matter where you may go in life from this very moment, that you have made a family of your own, that you have changed the lives of others by simply just being theirs. That all the little things were really big things, like the nicknames you had for your teammates, or your favorite song to sing in the locker room before a game. These things that never seemed to mean anything at the time are all the things that you will carry with you when you leave this place you call your home away from home. On this day, years from now, you will not remember the wins and losses of each season, but the people that took this journey with you and never let you look back. The teammates that picked you up and carried you through the good and the bad of each day. The ones that taught you to see all the good things. The ones who never let you down, and the stupid things you did, mainly because they did them with you. And even the ones you couldn't stand 99% of the time. You will remember the coaches that pushed you and never let you give up. You will remember all the times they yelled at you and made you run until you couldn't walk. The times that they depended on you to be the leaders we all knew you could be. But more than any of that, you will remember the opportunity they gave you to play the game you learned to love. The game that changed your life. The game that taught you more lessons about life, love, and dedication than anything ever could. On this day, I ask you to remember a few things. I ask that you remember the impact you have had on your teammates' lives is unmeasurable. Never doubt that. The time you have spent dedicated to this sport that you love was never ever a waste of your time because you were a better person because of it. I ask you to remember that although the sadness you may hold in your heart overwhelms you, that you have found a part of you along this journey that will help you follow your dreams, whatever they may be. Play your heart out tonight and leave knowing you've given it all, just one last time. Leave knowing that you are one of the lucky ones. Remember the love. Remember the defeat. Remember the laughs and the tears. Remember the battle wounds. Remember this feeling always and forever. Best of luck from your biggest fans. Our first senior is a midfielder. She wears number 25, Bridie Kane. Bridie is escorted by Kate and Sean Kane. Next year, Bridie plans on attending Penn State University. Her favorite lacrosse memory was winning the section against USC her freshman year in overtime. You would be surprised to know that Bridie has 2 different colored eyes. In 10 years, she plans on having a family, a good job, and is able to travel. Her advice to the younger players, give every practice and every game 100% and don't take any of it for granted. Just enjoy being with the team and playing the game because it goes very fast. Bridie started playing lacrosse in the 4th grade. Her favorite teacher is Dr. Gullo, and she would like to thank her parents and siblings for supporting her throughout all of these years. She would like to thank her teammates for always pushing her and creating a great environment to come to every day. Finally, the coaches for all that they have put in and for always being there for her. Next up, we have a defender, number 9, Gia Capristo. Gia is being escorted by Wendy and Roman Capristo. Her plans for next year are attending James Madison University, majoring in health sciences. Her favorite lacrosse memory was last year when they had a car parade and drove by every senior's house after the season was canceled. You would be surprised to know that Gia started playing lacrosse in high school her junior year. In 10 years, she plans on being married with a family and living somewhere warm. Her advice to the younger players is to put in extra time and effort because it does pay off. Gia started playing lacrosse in 7th grade. Her favorite teacher is Miss Broadbeck, and she would like to thank her mom and dad for always supporting her no matter what. She would also like to thank the coaches for their time and effort that they put into the team. Next up, at attack, number 11, Jen Humus. Jen is being escorted by Wendy Williams and Mark Humus. Her plans for next year are attending the University of Miami in Florida and majoring in biology on a pre-med track. Her favorite lacrosse memory was the team sleepover her freshman year at Allie's house. People would be surprised to know that Jen knows every word to the song Bust a Move by Young MC. In 10 years, hopefully she will be working in a hospital somewhere sunny and warm. Her advice to the younger players, do not let anyone else define you. She started playing lacrosse in the 7th grade. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Happy, and Jen would like to thank her parents, especially her mom, for going to every game, rain or shine, and her teammates for their dedication to the team. Next up at attack, number 28, Hope Husak. Hope is being escorted by Ginny and Matt Husak. Her plans for next year are to attend Penn State University and majoring in biology on a pre-med track. Her favorite lacrosse memory is when her and Kenzie tried a cool trick in a game but messed it up terribly and couldn't run because they were laughing so hard. People would be surprised to know that she wants to move down south. In 10 years, hopefully Hope will be in medical school studying to become a dermatologist. Her advice for the younger players, high school goes by very fast, so enjoy every moment. She started playing lacrosse in 6th grade. Hope's favorite teachers are Dr. Gallo, Mr. Scalzo, and Mrs. Wilcox. Hope would like to thank her parents for their constant support as well as the coaches for all that they have done for the team. At attack, number 17, Kenzie King. Kenzie is being escorted by Dave and Carrie King. Her plans for next year are to be playing ice hockey at the College of the Holy Cross, majoring in biology. Her favorite lacrosse memory is when Kenzie and Hope tried to flip a pass for the first time in a game. They missed tragically and laughed so hard they couldn't run. People would be surprised to know that Kenzie and her teammates do a dance before every game. In 10 years, Kenzie hopes to be practicing medicine, being a concussion doctor or a pediatrician. Her advice to the younger players is make sure you take in all the little moments while you're still in them. She started playing lacrosse in 6th grade. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Happy, and Kenzie would like to thank her mom and dad for all of the years of their unconditional support. She would also like to thank her 3 sisters for being her best friends. Finally, to the coaches, Julie, Brian, and Sarah, for believing in Kenzie and building her love for the game. At defense, number 31, Gina Lebo. Gina is being escorted by Michelle and Ron Lebo. Her plans for next year are to attend Penn State.
Her favorite lacrosse memory is rushing the field when they won the section championship against Upper St. Clair her freshman year. A surprising fact about Gina is she cannot whistle. In 10 years, Gina hopes to be traveling and living the best life. Her advice to the younger players: don't take high school for granted because it goes by really fast. Appreciate all of the little things. Jenna started playing lacrosse in 7th grade. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Happy, and she would like to thank her parents for being her biggest supporters and coming to all of her games, even when it's below freezing and they have to sit in the car and watch from afar. She would also like to thank Coach Brian, Julie, and Sarah for their constant encouragement and support for the past 4 years. At defense, number 36, Brooke Lochran. Brooke is being escorted by Christy and Tom Lochran. Her plans for next year are to attend the University of Pittsburgh and major in biology. Her favorite lacrosse memory is winning any tough game. A surprising fact about Brooke is that she could do over 20 consecutive straight pull-ups. In 10 years, Brooke hopes to be living somewhere warm and working as a physical therapist. Her advice to the younger players: don't worry about what others think, just try and be yourself. Brooke started playing lacrosse in the 3rd grade. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Ty, and she would like to thank her parents, teammates, and coaches for always encouraging her to succeed. She appreciates the positive energy towards practices and games as well. At attack, number 48, Sarah Tabak. Sarah is being escorted by Brad and Kathy Tabak. Her plans for next year are to attend Miami University of Ohio, majoring in sociology. Her favorite lacrosse memory is the whole team yelling out, "She's!" at random moments, and her bizarre daily conversations with Addie Donaldson. People would be surprised to know that Sarah went to Oakland Catholic her freshman year. Spoiler alert, she didn't like it there. In 10 years, Sarah hopes to be living somewhere warm and sunny with 3 dogs and a husband and working hard. Her advice to the younger players is to live in the moment and appreciate time with loved ones. Always give 110% both on and off the field. Sarah started playing lacrosse in the 4th grade. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Savarese, and she would like to thank her parents for taking her to every practice and tournament and always there to support her. She would also like to thank the coaches, Julie, Sarah, and Brian, for taking out their days to come and coach and play the sport that she loves. At attack, number 7, Avery Tandon. Avery is being escorted by Hans and Christine Tandon. Her plans for next year are to be attending Duke University and majoring in neuroscience or computer science. Her favorite lacrosse memory is winning the section championship against Upper St. Clair her freshman year. A surprising fact about Avery is that she has a tattoo. In 10 years, she hopes to be living somewhere warm and doing research on the brain. Her advice to the younger players: form strong bonds with your teammates. It will make practice so much more fun and play better together on the field. She started playing lacrosse in the 3rd grade. Her favorite teachers are Mr. Jackson and Dr. Gullo. Avery would like to thank her parents and sisters for always encouraging her to do her best, and especially her dad for everything he's done for the program. She would also like to thank all of the coaches for showing up every day and supporting everyone on the team. Lastly, she would like to thank her teammates for making every practice and game so much fun, especially this year. Let's hear one more round of applause for our Mount Lebanon seniors and their families for their loyalty and commitment to the Mount Lebanon High School lacrosse program over the past 4 years. Congratulations and best of luck to you.
right, great introduction to the seniors tonight on Senior Rec. A lot of great girls, a lot of great accomplishments. Very, very proud parents out there. And the rain seemed to have mercifully stopped during the whole Senior Rec program. Girls are glamming up for the camera, having a good time, enjoying camaraderie and teammates, friendships made over the years. Banter from the crowd. Girls having a good time. Reminder tonight, we do have a game going on. We have Mount Lebanon against Baldwin. If you're just tuning in, you just missed a great senior recognition program. Still have the camera shined on some of the seniors walking off, joining their teammates and some of the parents. Enjoying their moments, memories that are made, shared. Everybody stay tuned on. We're going to start the game in about 8 minutes. We'll take a short little break and we'll be back.
Good evening and welcome to Mount Lebanon High School. We are excited to welcome Baldwin for our girls lacrosse matchup tonight. Many people have worked hard to make tonight possible, so please join our coaches and student athletes in following the protocols necessary to allow us to compete. Our bleachers are marked with stickers indicating the proper physical distance necessary. Please only sit next to someone in your immediate family. Otherwise, we need to be at least 6 feet apart. Finally, we must be masked up at all times. Thank you. Mount Lebanon, in conjunction with WVIL, works hard to promote good sportsmanship at all of its athletic events. Sportsmanship is pride in your school, your team, and yourself. It is respect for the game and those who play. Please give these student athletes your positive encouragement and support. Booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials or smartphones is unfriendly and unacceptable. Remember, sportsmanship. The only missing piece is you. Now let's meet our starters. For visiting Baldwin, at attack, number 8, Brooke Shannon. Midfield, number 18, Grace Hampton. Defense, number 17, Katie Iwan. Defense, number 26, Taylor Minson. Defense, number 9, Caroline Rowe. Attack, number 2, Ava Seminary. Attack, number 7, Haley Holmes. Attack, number 14, Taylor Wong. Midfield, number 3, Caitlin Porter. Midfield, number 1, Candace Morton. Defense, number 12, Sarah Schesser. Defense, number 36, Abby Leaks.
I don't have one.
The Highlanders are coached by Cassandra Shannon. Now for your Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. At attack, number 7, Avery Camden. Attack, number 11, Jen Gomez. Attack, number 28, Hope Cusack. Attack, number 48, Sarah Taylor. Midfield, number 17, Kenzie King. Midfield, number 25, Bradley King. Defense, number 9, Gia Capristo. Defense, number 31, Jenna Lebo. Defense, number 36, Brooke Lockwood. Midfield, number 33, Reagan Murdoch. Midfield, number 35, Addie Murdoch. Defense, number 10, Sydney Saban. Goalie, number 40, Addie Donaldson. The Blue Devils are coached by Brian Dean. Now we ask that you please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome everyone to girls varsity lacrosse. We've got Mount Lebanon 9-1 on the season tonight. Reed and Mark against a 1-10, if I see it correctly, Baldwin team.
Okay.
And it was senior recognition night the last half hour here. Really special night for a lot of the seniors. 9 seniors on the team for Lebo, and always a wonderful, wonderful night to recognize a long lacrosse career for most of them, and really special for our parents, including myself.
Proud papa in the booth tonight.
It's fun. It's always good to hear the the little profiles that the girls put out there, favorite teachers and favorite lacrosse memories.
Little hidden or stories, you don't know the whole story behind, and like some of their favorite memories. It's nice to hear everything.
And then a little bit of advice to the younger kids, oftentimes along the lines of your high school career flies by. Enjoy every minute of it. Don't think about any future, past. Just be present and enjoy it. So a lot of those seniors will be starting tonight, guys. Again, we've got varsity girls lacrosse coming up right here. Mount Lebanon against the Baldwin Township team. And exciting night. We had JV play Hampton earlier. Strong JV performance. I think it was 14-4, 14-3. I don't know if they scored there at the end, but JV undefeated on the season, looking great. Nice. And
Baldwin seems to have a pretty big team. I'm surprised they didn't have a JV squad.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well.
Looks like we've got Mackenzie King taking the face off, and we've got Reagan and Addie Murdoch on the circle, and we're ready to go.
Kenzie, a senior and going to play hockey at, and nice draw control there. Kenzie over to Reagan Murdoch. Kenzie going to play hockey at Holy Cross. And she...
In Worcester, Mass.
Worcester, Mass, yeah, nice. You see the way she plays lacrosse. She is not afraid to mix it up, and you can see the hockey in her. And
oh, there we go. Tayback puts it in the back of the net.
Sarah Tayback with beautiful goal there, bouncer into the goal, and Lebo scores quickly.
That's right. Good job, Sarah.
Did she roll the crease? I didn't quite see it.
She did. She rolled
happened
up
so quick.
And she bounced the shot in.
Sarah has a very nice crease roll. She's been playing attack in a number of games this season, and that's probably her fifth or sixth goal, I think.
Scored by number 48, Sarah Tayback.
Sarah has a cheering section that's second to none. Still trying to figure out how I get cheers like that. But yeah. Anyhow, draw control there. Addie Murdoch, a freshman, nice job to herself, and passes it up to King. So 2 draw controls for Lebo to start the game.
Nice look. Nice. Oh, there we go. Back of the net by
Jen Remus, yeah.
A nice feed from Mackenzie King. Walk down, fed to the wide open girl. So 2 goals and 2 shots in about 45 seconds.
This could be a fun night. Good night to have senior night here. The seniors are having some fun already, guys. Jen with a nice goal there. One lefty to another. Mackenzie King over to Jen, and nice shot there by Jen. Nice placement.
Back in the face-off circle. King is ready to take the draw, right?
Can't tell.
No, that might
It looks
be...
like Addie Murdoch again. No, that's Reagan Murdoch. Excuse me. So sisters on this team.
Scored by number 11, Jen Loomis.
And procedural foul there, if you will, by Reagan Murdoch, and the ball goes over to Baldwin, their first draw control, but Lebo defense turns it over quickly and pushing it down the field right away is seeing Reagan Murdoch bring it here into the across the restraining line into the scoring area. Passes to an open Sarah Tayback.
Good goals by Sarah. Good pass.
And that was a nice assisted goal. Good defense to break up the drive into the crease there. Turned it over. Reagan carries it down, dishes it off back post, and then back in the net.
Sarah headed to University of Miami of Ohio next year, and wow, 2 goals for her in just over a minute. And Lebo's up 3-0 here. And we're barely underway. This is varsity lacrosse. Lebo, Mount Lebanon against Baldwin. And Lebo...
Mount Lebanon goes. Scored by number 48, Sarah Tayback.
Nice job by Addie boxing out on that draw.
That's right, Reed. Well done by Addie. Another draw control to herself there. Addie does... she's a freshman, but she does not play like a freshman. Really nice nice player, super player. Nice crease roll there by Hope Husak, another senior, number 28. Beautiful crease roll and a nice low placement, excellent placement with her shot. And the seniors making some noise right away.
That's right, turn it on.
They might be recognizing that there's only a few games left in their careers here and gotta get on the official stats for all eternity here at Mount Lebanon.
That's right, go in the record books.
I suspect if this continues, it will probably back some of our
Mount Lebanon goes
players out. Another clean face-off win. Murdoch to Murdoch.
It
Carries
was
down.
actually Kenzie King there. You're correct, Reed, over to Reagan Murdoch. But Kenzie, I haven't seen her on the draw ever, but she's doing a nice job.
Yeah.
And Tabak back in the X, crossing the goal line extended, the GLE, and Lebo's passing it around here, looking for opportunities. Over to King. King passes it to a cutting Reagan Murdoch, and nice assist by King. Nice placement on the goal by Reagan Murdoch. Reagan, the clear leader of this team in terms of goals, and leader as a captain of the team as well. Reagan's a junior. She'll be playing D1 lacrosse at American University after she's got one more year here in high school. It's been great to watch her this year. Can't wait to watch her next year. And then she'll be headed off to play college ball, and very deservedly so. I think she's in the mid-30s in terms of number of goals on the season already, which in 10 games means over 3 goals a game. I can't do a lot
Mount
of that.
Lebanon goes number 33, Reagan Murdoch.
So another face-off win for the Blue Devils. Reagan Murdoch to herself. She's going to set it up here. I suspect we'll see some more passing by the Blue Devils to work it around here.
Yeah, I've heard the coaches don't want to cross the 20 mark in a game. We've got 5 goals in 3 minutes in a 50-minute game, so we'll have to see how this plays out here. But so Lebo definitely passing it around here. Out at 12 is Jen Humas. Over to Hope, Husak, Tabak in the X. Lebo running a couple cutters. Jen switching to her right, and she's a natural lefty. Nice. You like to see them use both hands.
It was nice. She drove in there and realized that the little pressure and kicked it back out.
And King beats her defender. And was that a shooting space call? I didn't quite see the ref there.
So, yeah.
King with a nice, the defender went to intercept the ball and missed, and King's got some wheels and beat her there. She'll have Lebo's first 8-meter of the game, and we'll see what she does with it. She charges a goal, and nice save by the goalie using her feet. Nice, it was a well-placed shot, just
Yeah, good save by the goalie.
yeah, good save by the goalie there.
Little shame on that.
Lebo attackers and middies making it hard, and sure enough causing a turnover there. Brooke Loughran with a nice ground ball, nice GB in traffic. Brooke's been she's a senior, and she's been a starting defender all season. Really nice box out there.
Sid Sava carrying the mail here from the defensive zone. Drops it back, plays it, and Sid's going to drop back into her position. And the offense is going to set up.
Nice cut and catch there by Reagan Murdoch. She probably could have taken a shot, chose not to. And
She looked at it and she thought better of it, I think.
Avery Tannen trying to get open, crossing the middle, but she's getting covered pretty effectively. There she's got the ball now. Lebo doing a nice job of not forcing anything. And King beats her defender again, and hard shot, nice shot, bouncer, beats the goalie unassisted there.
On the lefty too.
Kenzie's second goal of the night?
That is her second goal of the night, that's right.
She rolled off the defender and had a little bit of space, switched to her left hand, and then put it on the ground.
So the seniors making some noise here. The only non-senior score so far was won by Reagan Murdoch, who's coming out of the game here.
We have number 6, Reagan Quigley, that's popping in.
Tegan Hoover, number 20, just stepped in, and she'll be taking the draw. Lebo up 6-0, just over 5 minutes. So.
Oh, nice clean win.
Mount Lebanon goal, scored by number 17, Kenzie King.
I misspoke there, Reed. That was Kenzie's first goal of the game.
Oh.
Somehow
She had an assist on the second goal, I believe.
That's right, that's right. Oh, Lebo out at the 12 and passing it around. They're leading on draw control 6-1, and Sarah Tabak rolling the crease, working her crease roll magic there, getting open, chose not to shoot, and Lebo passing it around. Hoover out at the 12. Hoover's a sophomore, and she's, I believe, Lebo's second leading scorer on the season. Outstanding year for Tegan Hoover. Outstanding season for a lot of these Lebo players. Nice mix, as we've talked about before, of upperclassmen and underclassmen, more so than I've seen in 10 years of watching high school lacrosse here. Some really star freshman players, and some star sophomore players, some star junior players, and some great seniors. Really nice team this year. Husak crosses back into the X, looking for a cutter. Out to Quigley.
Yep, they're definitely moving their feet here, which is good to see. Being up by several goals, they're not taking it easy. They're working their plays.
Baldwin defense doing a nice job of guarding cutters, generally speaking here. And Hoover showing her wheels, shooting space call. This will be Lebo's second 8-meter of the game. They're 0-1 so far, and we'll see if Hoover can draw blood, so to speak, on her first 8-meter of the game. Hoover's got some speed, but the defense collapsed nicely on her there,
Yep.
and she did not have an opportunity to shoot, and she didn't force it, to her credit.
She thought about kicking it back high and kicked out of her stick, but she got her own ground ball and reset up the play. So another cutter. Ooh, nice little pass there.
Attempted pass to Avery Tannen. She got kind of an empty stick check there, but no call. And the ball goes over to Baldwin. The goalie's got it. Nice clear.
She's going to get doubled on the line. And ridden out, the ball's on the ground, but she picks up her own ground ball.
And she's got some wheels, that Baldwin player. Nice job bringing it up the field, but now ball down. And Apristo scrambling for it. And the Baldwin player breaks out, goes to goal. Nice D there by Saba to stop ball.
Yeah, that was nice.
Got to stop ball, as we were talking about during the JV game. And Saba did a good job of that there. Lebo D sort of untested so far this game. We'll see how they do. And the ball down.
Stick check, yeah.
Foul called on King there. It's indirect. It's outside the 12-meter. And King is quickly on her player, defending again.
Smartly gets back in front of it.
Baldwin player should have, who am I to say, but should have switched to her left there. She could have had a shot. Her left shoulder was clear. Nice pass, nice clear up to Reagan Quigley, and Reagan's bringing it up the field. Almost a connection with Tegan Hoover, but she picks it up. And Lebo's down in the offensive zone. 6-0 Lebo, just over 15 minutes in this game. It's been all Lebo here.
It has been all Lebo. It's great to see the seniors really getting on the scoreboard here. To your point, it is tough when you have so many good players in all the classes. So getting the seniors a lot of play time tonight is going to be a special moment for them.
Beautiful move there by Hoover. And unassisted goal. Tegan Hoover continuing her torrid pace of goals on the season. Proud Papa Mark here on camera. But beautiful. I've seen this move a lot, and I really like it. So a player charges. Tegan didn't have any daylight. Backs out, and the defender lets up. And Tegan saw that and charged past the defender on the second time, and got a one-on goalie and a beautiful shot there.
Yeah, she draws the defender out. It gets a little flat-footed when she backs out. And
and kind of lets up. She's like, oh, I did my job. I defended here. And
Scored by number 20, Tegan Boone.
draw control 7-1 here by Lebo, and the score, not surprisingly, is 7-0. Possession's been all Lebo so far. Nice job by the senior starters, and the coach is starting to mix in some other players here.
They're being patient. Nobody's rushing.
Yeah, nobody's forcing it.
Good, smart plays.
And I'm sure the coaches are telling them what they expect in a game like this. Pass, make sharp cuts. It's like a high intensity practice here. Nothing away from the Baldwin girls, but got a lot of talent up and down the classes here. Ooh, nice little spin.
Sarah's feeling it tonight, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Going for the HT, hopefully.
You know, Lebo's varsity, both varsity and JV, but varsity who are watching right now have had a lot of these blowout games this season. Part of that's the skill, as we've talked about, of this varsity team. Part of it is also the reorg of teams and sections that we saw a couple years ago. Jen Humis breaking free, probably could have taken a shot there, but
Could have, I don't
chose
know.
not to. And Lebo bring it out and around again. Mark knows I like to talk about the youth programs. We're seeing this on the JV level. Lebo they're having to accommodate numbers that they haven't seen before on first grade girls youth lacrosse, and it's wonderful. They're having to stretch to accommodate girls. This is the reason why we're in contention for titles for the Whitbill every year, and our JV's killing it every year. It's a great youth program that we've got here, and I would bet that the schools that need to come up more, Alderdice, Canonmac, not to take away from them, but I bet they don't have girls in the first grade trying to play lacrosse,
right.
and they don't have the youth program like Lebo does. So hats off to Kristen Reisinger, Tim Murdoch, who's commissioner. Kristen's the head of Lebo Lacrosse, and been doing a lot of work for a lot of years, and a great job.
Oh, that's unlucky. A misguided pass ends up finding the back of the net. I don't think the goalie was a little bit screened on that. As the cutter was rolling through, Avery Tandon was cutting, and it hit the top of her stick and just kind of floated in.
I'd like to say Avery, tipped that or chose not to, play it so it would go in the goal, but I don't think that's quite what happened there. So.
Although I think she'll get credit for the goal. So.
That's right.
All right, she's a senior. We'll give it to her.
The stat book will argue otherwise. That's right. We have 8-0.
Tell you what,
12 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Mr. Roddy's confused on the goal call. He's thinking through who he should award that to.
yeah, this will be interesting.
You think they're going to the replay booth?
He could be flipping a quarter right now.
That's right.
Yeah. Draw control looks like it's going to be run down by Reagan Quigley. Nice job, Reagan, and well done there. Another draw control for Lebo. Possession's really been all Lebo. A lot of time down here on the right side of the field. Lebo and White moving left to right, and a lot of time in the offensive zone for them here. And Cutter was open there, but Baldwin defender was in good position.
Mount Lebanon goals, scored by number 6, Reagan Twiggy.
Oh, did you say we
Well, and he must have flipped a three-sided coin because Reagan, I don't think, was involved in that play there. It was,
they awarded it to Reagan?
Yeah, it was Kenzie King took made the pass, quote unquote. So I was thinking Kenzie would get credit, but Lebo doing a nice job there of redefending. You really want to see your attackers redefend like that and your middies.
Yeah.
Make it hard for the other team to get the ball down the field into the offensive zone.
That ball is a regular hot potato here for the last 20 seconds or so. Finally,
Yeah.
it's picked up by Baldwin. Getting ridden hard by the attackman.
Yeah, it's
Fed to the goalie, so set up a clear for Baldwin and see if they can make it happen here.
and a pass into traffic, picked up by Saba, and
She's going to roll back out, I think, and reset it, probably get back in her defensive spot.
nice interception there by Saba. And back to Husak in the X.
Got to hustle all the way back. Saba, oh no, she's playing up, she's staying in the attack zone here, so we'll see.
Tough catch in front of the goal by Tandon there. No chance of shooting. King with the ball outside the 12 and being rigorously defended, which is dangerous against King because she can beat you, and she does. Unassisted goal there by Kenzie King.
Some couple nice moves in that little sequence there by Kenzie King.
Good defense. I mean, the defense held on for two of those moves, but the third one, she got beat to the inside.
If we give the pass to Kenzie, which I think we should, the pass goal, or whatever you call that, this, throw your hats in the air, ladies and gentlemen. That's a hat trick for Kenzie King, yes. That is. But she had one prior to that goal.
She did?
Yes.
I will say, I'm pretty sure it hit off a tandem stick there. So, by the rules, last one to touch it gets the goal. So, Mackenzie has to work a little bit harder to get the HT.
All right.
And she's not getting my hat until she gets that HT.
Okay.
Legit.
Okay. Maybe we can, we could probably give them each a goal, and when we tally them, nobody's going to be counting anyway.
Exactly.
Mount Lebanon goals, scored by number 17, Kenzie King.
And ball down, person down, and Kenzie King comes up with the draw control. 8-1, Lebo on the draw control, dominating.
It's a misfire by King, but as a result of the defender getting a stick on stick there. Out of bounds, and
Seems like there's no extra balls laying around.
yeah, that poor Baldwin player is doing a 50-yard hike to get the one ball.
We should say a word, and I was remiss. I think we were talking about before but normally Bridie Kane would be starting at midi in a non-senior game. She's a senior for us. Unfortunately, Bridie tore her ACL against Cannon Mac, and she will have surgery next week. But really tough situation there. We definitely miss Bridie out here with the other seniors.
Yeah, and we could use her skill on our big matchup on Saturday against Bethel.
Yeah, Reed's talking about a 2 o'clock game against undefeated Addie Donaldson with a beautiful save down low right there. Hard shot goal by Baldwin, but no problem for Addie. She was ready and picked it up nicely. Yeah, Bridie's rock solid with the stick. She's got good speed. She's got good strength on her shots. Just a strong all-around player, which is why she was starting at midi, and we'll definitely miss her. Luckily, with this team, we've got a lot of folks who can step up and play.
I think winning a championship comes, all teams have to suffer through the attrition of injury. And, it's who has those better players or those players in the hopper ready to go. So Saturday will be a test. That'll be a fun matchup.
Bethel Park
Nice. That's a good look. Good pass. She looked and thought about the shot.
didn't have it.
I think she made the good decision there. She
think
looked and saw that the goalie was sliding. She also had a little defense
I agree with you, Reed.
Oh, almost.
You don't want to shoot on. You can have a dangerous follow through if you're if the defender's in good position. You're not allowed to shoot. It's a foul, and that defender did have good position there, to her credit. But Baldwin bringing it down for maybe only the third or fourth time in the game down into their offensive zone.
They may get a free shot here, eh?
Either an inadvertent trip. It was right on the edge of the critical scoring area. We'll see if it's an 8-meter. See where they give her the ball. It's kind of on the corner there. And it'll be indirect. She's out at the 12-meter.
That seemed not where the foul occurred, but good for Mount Lebanon.
Ref directing traffic. There's new rules about starts and some confusion really on the part of a lot of players about waiting for the whistle or not waiting for the whistle. You don't have to wait for the whistle anymore like you used to. You can.
Unless it's under 2
Oh,
minutes.
there we go.
And nice shot there by number 1, and a better save yet than the shot by Addie Donaldson, her second save of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. A little tricky. She was going away from the goal and quickly turned and shot right-handed near post. Addie was there to save it clean. Oh, what a great save by the goalie.
Nice
that was
shot.
a sick save right there.
Yep, nice
That was a
shot.
hard shot. She saved it with her, I don't know if her shin guard or her foot. If it was her foot, she'll feel that tomorrow, no doubt.
Did she catch you had that shot, Ray?
I wasn't.
Pardon me? No.
I was looking down at the moment. I missed out. So Baldwin brings it down. Empty called on number 24. That's Kate Lemondola, one of the starters on D for a nice defensive squad for Lebo. And Baldwin with a free position here, out beyond the 12. They really have had trouble getting too many shots off. 9-0 right now for Mount Lebanon. Varsity squad here over Baldwin Township. What's Baldwin's mascot? Any of you guys know?
The Highlanders.
The Highlanders, that's right. Okay. Scottish.
Missed pass, but picked up by Baldwin again off the ground ball. Looking for a pass through the middle there, but Donaldson jumps and snipes the run there, passes it out. We get a good clear.
That was 32 Laura Gerard with a nice play there. And Gia Capristo, also a senior, being recognized tonight. She'll be going to James Madison University next year. She had started playing lacrosse, I believe, her junior year. So she did play off and on in the youth program, and I know she's played basketball quite a bit. Nice basketball player, and nice to have her out here tonight.
Testament to her athleticism to be able to make the team after not playing for many years. So
Absolutely.
good that she's sticking it out and playing this year. With our Kansas season last year, it makes it, a lot of these kids haven't had as much stick time as they normally would have.
Really fortunate in a lot of ways to even have a season this year. So it's just great to be back out here in so many ways, and especially for these seniors to be back out after missing their junior year. So a lot to be grateful for everyone, but having a great season as well. Lebo tied for second with Upper St. Clair, I believe, or no, they're ahead of Upper St. Clair, so they're in sole possession of second. Upper St. Clair has 2 losses, Lebo has 1, and Bethel Park is undefeated, although Bethel hasn't played the same roster of teams that Lebo's played, so it'll be an interesting matchup, like you said, Reed. It's going to be a very good game. on Saturday. Home game.
Come on out and cheer
them on.
the Blue Devils on. We need
This Saturday, 2 o'clock, against Bethel Park. I know they have a strong roster of middies. One in particular is, I believe, headed to play in college, and that's Miller. She's also a basketball player. I don't know if any other players are headed college bound, but I've heard very strong midi play. Not different from Upper St. Clair, perhaps.
Got to think that we're gonna. Oh, nice little pick. Oh,
Kate Lemondola brings it down quickly. Could have been a shooting space call, though we don't have the angle there. Would have been fun to see Kate take an 8-meter.
she's quick.
She's quick. She's definitely got some wheels, and she's an aggressive player, which you love to see.
That's right.
What year is Kate?
Sophomore.
Kate's part of that great sophomore class, great freshman class, great junior class, great senior class. It's a fun team to watch.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
2 minutes, as you heard, and Lebo's leading 9-0. So Lebo's seniors largely playing the first half, and not necessarily Lebo's normal starters, and the seniors doing a great job out here.
Yeah, they all look very good.
El Pusak cutting across the middle. Back to Tandon, over to Humis. Is that Capristo?
Yes.
Normally a defender. Looks like they moved her up to attack. Give her a little bit of a chance to score.
She's going to get an 8-meter shot here. Let's see what she can do.
Fill the net. Let's see if we can get another senior on the board here. Let's go.
And Gia Capristo lined up on the 8-meter.
There's no doubt she's shooting this ball.
And a nice shot, just a little bit wide of the goal, and the goalie did a good job of positioning, forcing it there, and Baldwin comes up with the ball, bringing it down. They're going to get double covered. We'll see what happens here.
She stepped out of bounds, I think.
And nice D. They doubled her, and it's going back to Lebo. Good redefending again.
Yeah, and I think on that Caprista shot, being able to step up and play a little offense, she's shooting that ball on her senior night.
And Jenna Lebo, another defender, a lefty. Beautiful shot there.
That's it, Lebo!
Beautiful shot by Jenna Lebo. Again, moving up, and now it's 10-0 Lebo, so they're going to keep the clock running now. Normally you stop the clock inside that 2-minute mark, and we're up 10-0, and great shot, great chance to shine. It's harder to shine on D, let's face it, guys.
That's right.
D is so important, but you don't get the spectacular. You don't get called up.
Jenna Lebo.
Jenna, a longtime lacrosse player, also a basketball player, and great to see her score here.
I'm curious to see how many of our seniors have found the back of the net tonight.
It's a good number, Reed. 12 seconds left in halftime, and with the score 10-0, the clock's just running while they adjust there. It looks like, is that Brooke Lochran, another defender, on the draw?
I don't think they're going to get it off.
And that's the end of half number 1.
10-0.
10-0.
Touchdown and a field goal.
And to your question, Reed, we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different seniors scoring in the first half. Jen Humis, Mackenzie King with 3 goals. We kind of debated one of those. And an assist, though. I won't talk over the PA, but we'll get back to the tallies here in a second.
Chamberlain and McBeery Realtors. Climatech. Bloom Lambar. Fort Lee Capital. G6 Builders Construction Company. Good Orthodontics. J&A Landscaping. Law offices of Olga Salvatore. Reisinger, Comer, and Miller Law Firm. Riley, Hewitt, Whitty, and Romano Law Firm. Rolling Woodward Building Company, Taco Diablo, The Porch, The Saloon, Toss Pizza and Wings, Wendy Williams and Associates, Attorney at Law, White Realty Advisors.
Hopefully you heard our corporate sponsors there. So scoring tallies for the first half, we've got Kenzie King with 3 goals and an assist. Great half for Kenzie. Going through the seniors here, we've got Sarah Tabak with 2 goals. She had 2 in the first minute or minute and a half.
That was great.
And then Hope Husak, who's an attacker, drew blood. She has 1 goal. Jen Humis, another attacker, has 1 goal. And Jenna Lebo, normally on D, came up and scored a beautiful shot there by Jenna, and great to see her shine. And so that's it for the seniors. And then in terms of others, we had Reagan Murdoch with a goal and an assist. Reagan, the leading scorer for the Lebo squad, with about 35, 40 goals on the year. And Tegan Hoover with a goal as well. Tegan, a sophomore, and probably on the order of about 20 to 25 goals on the season. Lebo's probably second leading scorer, close with Addie Murdoch there. Probably for second on the team, but top to bottom read, dominant performance by Lebo there. Really possession time.
Possession, definitely. It's hard for a team, as you said, kind of the reshuffling of the sections, the schools in the various sections. It's tough for like an upstart lacrosse squad like Baldwin has to really even compete. So you feel for the girls because they're trying their hardest. But if we've got, of all of our girls on our team right now, the varsity team, most of them have been playing since 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah.
And so that's just the number of touches that they're getting every practice, 3-4 practices a week.
For years.
For years.
Yeah.
My son played for Mount Lebanon Lacrosse. He's graduated now. They would do, just in their stick warm-ups, 300 ball touches every practice before they actually practiced. That was their routine. So
that's great.
They did that from 6th grade on.
Yeah.
In addition to their practice. So
yeah.
that's what the girls are doing too.
And so you can't, if you're say Cannon Mac, Alderdice, and I don't want to pick on anyone, but you can't just replicate that in a couple of years and turn a switch and all of a sudden, these are skills that are muscle memory for these girls that they've been doing for years and years, and they come out here and they're throwing, they're catching, they're doing it on the run.
And to top it off, a lot of these Lebo girls are on various lacrosse club teams.
That's right.
So in the summertime, in the fall, they're doing some tournaments, and so more activity. And not only that, they're getting checked by excellent players from Virginia and Maryland and New York and all these other top lacrosse pockets in the country.
Yeah, Long Island, New York, New Jersey. And you really start to see those club players start to excel and kind of pull away skill-wise. It's to the coach's defense, not that we need to defend them, but it's hard to teach a lot of skills in a short season, 2 months here. So the girls who are playing all year long club and against top players around the country to boot, they really have an advantage.
Yeah, and I know with Mount Lebanon, at least with the boys, and I think they initiated it with the girls, was the 40,000 club in the summer. 40,000 wall ball hits. If you did that, it was like a competitive thing in the boys' system. And I think Coach Catan has adopted that too last summer. I think they did a 30,000 club, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a great program.
I don't think we got anything. It says you did it.
Oh, they just get like a T-shirt. My son still has like 3 T-shirts and having done it.
So Lebo making a couple switches here, but one in goal. It looks like Madison Flynn, number 30, stepping in for Addie Donaldson, giving Addie a break.
Nice.
And Ellie Coblin, number 15, on the circle. I think it's the first we've seen of her. Is that right?
It is.
This game. Ellie, a very nice player, junior on the team, and great to see her out. Strong midi, and she'll be helping fill that gap that we talked about with Bridie Kane getting the ACL tear. So great to see Ellie out. And some of the JV players out on the field now. Nora, let's see. Excuse me.
Lebo is just really passing it around the circle, a very wide circle here. See what happens. Get some isolations here.
Morgan Daniels, number 3, very strong player on the JV squad. I shouldn't really categorize her as a JV player. She's stepped in and played in a number of varsity games. I just know she's a star on that JV team, so think of her in that regard. But nice for some other players to get playing time here. A few of our seniors still out. That's Tabak, Lily Gerard back in the X there.
Hopefully if we score another goal, it will be Tabak to get her hat trick. It'll be another cool experience for her on senior night.
Yes.
Nice little bounce pass.
Lebo definitely kind of taking their time here, running some clock. Not looking aggressively to score. Hope Husak beats her defender, though, out at the 12, inside the 8 shooting space. And we'll have our, let's see, 4th 8-meter shot for Lebo of the night. We're 1 and 2, so 1 out of 3 so far scoring. 2 misses and 1 score. We'll see what Hope can do. Hope already has 1 goal on the night. She's ready. Beats her defender. And nice save by the goalie there. Deflecting it and goes wide of the goal. Kenzie King picks it up and keeps the possession for Lebo.
Yep, they're going to reset it and work from the top. Ball down, though. A little fumble of a pass there, picked up by Baldwin with some speed. And we're going to see what happens. She looks like she might have the inside.
I apologize.
There's a lot of action that was missed there.
Baldwin down in the offensive zone, back in the X, and putting a little test to Lebo's D, which is probably a good thing at this point. Lebo's D not having much action. You don't want your players to stand around all game, and you want them to see some pressure, some action. See if they can hold that shutout together with Flynn and goal.
What are you doing? What are you talking SOs for? Come on, man. You're better than that.
Are you worried about me jinxing them, Reed?
Yes, well, I mean, come
okay,
on, I can't even speak the word.
Yeah, well, Mark did it a few games ago, and I didn't want him to do it and feel bad again, so.
It helped me out.
Another ground ball won by Baldwin here. They're come inspired here in the second half. I think.
Pass inside.
Good little cutter there.
Nice.
Trying to find it.
Small window.
Yeah, sorry, Reed. We talked to Morgan Daniels there with a nice read the eyes or read something on the pass.
Kenzie King carries the mail. She's looking, going to bring it back up top to Morgan Daniels.
I like that phrase, carries the mail. You might be dating yourself a little bit, though.
A little bit, yeah. I'm thinking of
Sending them. What would the phrase be today?
I just always think of Carl Malone, the mailman.
Yeah.
Oh, he really did himself.
Yeah, I know.
He was always one of my favorite players.
You know why? Because he always delivered.
The mail. Right.
I would not want to play defense on Carl Malone, that's for sure. That dude was strong. And talented. Lebo here. Looking to...
Speaking of strong and talented.
Exactly. Little passing, little weave here around the top. Outside the 12.
Lebo's collapsed their circle a little bit here. And Ellie Coblin cuts. It goes back to X. Tabak has it. Works back around to the left.
Good ball movement. It's clean. They're not a lot of drop balls. That's good.
Skip pass there from King.
A
to
fan
Gerard.
standpoint, it's a little bit slow here, but Lebo is probably trying not to run the score too high. But you want to see him run some plays here.
Yeah, definitely, because we've taken a lot of the starters out, the typical starters. So this is a good opportunity for these second players to come in and work their plays too, making those crisp cuts, finding that ball.
Gerard back into the X to Humus. Humus sees a cutting Kovlin. A little too hot to handle, but nice GB in traffic, ground ball at traffic there by Ellie Kovlin. And Lebo retains possession. I will say, because I was watching Avery for a good bit there, Baldwin has done a nice job of covering the cutters, the lateral east-west cutters, and they did a good job there on Ellie as well. And Baldwin converts the turnover and brings it down across the restraining line into the critical scoring area.
Backs it out, top of the crease, or top of the arc.
And
nice pick. Nice just step down interception. And then allows Lebo to get a nice easy clear.
I'm going to pick who that was on that nice interception there.
Ball down here.
Ava Semenko, I believe.
Ava, yeah, I was. And Kenzie King with another. You gotta love how aggressive she is. She has no fear on those ground balls in traffic. That's what you want to see.
I suspect playing hockey for 14 or 15 years, she's not afraid to get a little messy.
I don't think I'd want to get checked by Kenzie. She's, whoa. Pass kind of took Hope Husek by surprise there, and it was a little bit behind her.
Goggles flew off.
Lebo not getting any good looks at goal here. So Baldwin D doing a good job on this squad of attackers.
But you know what? I will say that Lebo is moving their feet the whole time, making these passes. The passes aren't difficult, meaning the recipients are getting open. It's exhausting for the defense to be tracking those players as they're cutting through.
Jen Humis headed to, we just mentioned her name a minute ago, headed to the University of Miami, Florida, next year. Ellie Kovlin looking for a little daylight, and Hope Husek finds some.
There we go.
Nice little weave there with Kovlin. Husek breaks free, and one on goalie places the ball lower left. Nice goal by Hope. And let's see, that is Hope's second goal of the night.
That defender got a little confused, and that was just enough space for her to get on the outside hip of her and shoot right-handed for the goal, far post.
So another senior scoring for
Is that number 6? 6 of our seniors, or is that her second goal?
That's her second goal. But 9 of our 11 goals, Reed, are seniors.
Love it.
And draw control, nicely played there. And that is Sarah Hudak, another star from the JV squad. And pass a little bit high there. Looks like it's going out of bounds. So we've got Avery Saba, number 16, and Sarah Hudak, number 12, out on the field. Both super players on the JV squad.
Oh, nice
pick.
Blooper there. And GB picked up by Avery Tandon. Nice interception there by Brooke Loughran. You don't want these blooper passes to begin with, but credit to Brooke. She got position there, jumped up, and
Tandon just off her
with
stick.
Tandon there.
Nice little cut, a little high behind her, but almost made a nice play.
And Lebo back in the X. Good recovery there. King up top. We've got Megan Kane in the game. I haven't seen too much of her this game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Freshman.
Usually starts.
Usually starts, that's correct. Wonderful player.
Oh!
And Tabak.
Tabak was looking for the
almost got
HT
it,
there,
that's
and
right.
she hit the crossbar.
In her bid for a hat trick, hit the cage. A beautiful shot, though. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of when you hit that cage.
That's right.
You're going for the edges, and that happens.
It's amazing how often it happens. And how small that
Right.
bars
It
are.
really
you know?
is amazing. And the fact that it bounces back out, not
Right.
like
Well,
deflects into them.
that's
I mean, the pipes are rounded.
And that's a little crescent check in there by the Baldwin player, but no call.
Little tangle up there with Hudak, number 12. Hudak, one of a handful of really star players on that JV squad, scoring a ton of goals so far this season. In the sphere there with the stick, called on Jen Humas. The ball will be retained by Baldwin, and we'll see if they can get it down across into the offensive zone here.
Hans, last time we called the game, you said you were going to maybe come up with some interesting. Oh, there we go, a shot wide left. It's going to be tricky for the goalie there, but luckily it wasn't on net. So
Yeah, Madison Flynn there in goal. Good positioning, and
backed up by Baldwin. So Baldwin will still retain possession here. Hans, you were going to talk a little bit about some interesting rules, help some of our listeners understand some of the unique rules of girls lacrosse.
oh wow.
Did you not do your assignment,
know,
or should I
I'm,
ask about this on Saturday?
I'm happy to talk about things. I did look up, what was the one question you asked me and you kind of stumped the chump a little bit last time?
Was it about the whistle after the foul where the gal can't shoot and post the goal?
That one we covered.
I know.
Yeah, that one we covered. That's a shooting space. That's a call, and I think we talked about that. But shooting space is a safety-related call where a player, and you got to remember the girls, unlike the boys, don't have helmets, and so if there's a girl in between the shooter and the goal and not on her, covering her, she's in a dangerous position potentially to get hurt by a
Nice
fast
goal.
ball.
Not to interrupt you, Sarah Hudak.
Sarah Hudak, beautiful shot, assist for Avery Tandon there. Sarah's mentioned huge goal scorer for the JV squad, and she definitely has the skills to play on the varsity squad as she's showing right now.
Yeah, and she probably won't get an easier goal than that because there was a beautiful pass right on her stick, and she just had the goalie to look for and skipped it by her. So,
11 minutes to go, 12-0 Mount Lebanon. All Lebo here. Running clock, we're above the 10-0. So yeah, shooting space is a dangerous situation, and so you don't want to do a continuation there, because then you would reward, if you were to give a goal, you would reward the continuation of a dangerous situation. A shot when a girl is sort of unprotected in no man's land between the shooter and the goal. You don't want to reward that behavior. You're trying to discourage it, in fact. So that's the reason. Unlike basketball, where you get fouled, you continue. Here, they don't want you to shoot. So, I think the other one was dangerous shot. One of them was one of the questions. So I did look that one up, Reed, and it's certainly, if you do a hard shot, hits the goalie in the helmet, that's called a dangerous shot. But the rule from what I looked up is really subject to interpretation by the refs. So you could hit someone in the chest, you could hit someone in the neck. It really didn't specify these are the only areas where it's considered a dangerous shot. So that was interesting to me. I thought they would have defined that more, but not in the rule book.
That could lead to some controversy at some point or another.
Certainly could.
Yeah, I find it that's a complicated, arbitrary call then. I mean, the goalies are equipped with the chest pad, elbow pads. A lot of them wear shin guards, and they certainly have a helmet and a throat protector. So
yeah, no, that's right.
They should. It seems odd to me that you could be, as a shooter, punished for being a talented, hard shooting player.
Yeah, no, that's right. I did get the sense there was an aspect of it that was a recklessness about it, if you will. So kind of, with an indiscriminate aim, if you will, just kind of whipping the ball as hard as you can. I mean, they didn't say it that way exactly, but there's definitely an aspect of that. Avery Tandon in and misses a goal. Nice lefty there, bounced and just went wide of the goal.
Yeah, she fought for that ball. That was tricky. Got in there, got a shot. I think she was looking. She was going to her left, shooting to her right, but just a little bit to the right of the cage.
So Baldwin bringing it down left to right here.
Nice wheels.
Number 1 showing some wheels, that's right. And nice positioning D by Lebo there, and ball down.
Tough.
And the ground ball picked up by Lebo.
Get some.
Ball down again here. Don't want to see too much of this from Lebo's side. Nice pickup there by Saba. This is Avery Saba. She's a freshman, younger sister of Sid Saba.
She thought about trying to drive the net there, and then thought better of it. Nice cut. There we go. Back of the net. Nice.
Avery Tandon, senior, her first goal of the night. I think she was looking hard for that one, and a beautiful shot there. Nice cut. Baldwin lost track of her. And,
good pass, and she tiptoed the crease there and stayed out, and then counted.
So Avery with a goal and an assist on the night. Who was did anyone catch who assisted on that goal?
I did not.
It was a nice pass, nice look from behind the net there. So 12-0 Lebo, 7 minutes to go. It's been all Lebo. A nice night for Lebo seniors, admittedly. Not the most competitive game, but a nice night for Lebo seniors to shine.
And it turned out to be a nice night. There's a lot of concern about the weather this evening, but it seemed to have cleared up.
We have, is that our 6th senior to find the back of the net?
That's correct.
Awesome. 6 out of 9. If Caprista only could have finished on her 8-meter.
Yes. Well, maybe she'll have another chance.
She
6.5 to go. Clock's starting to wind down a little bit here.
Ooh. A little aggressive there.
Not a bad try, just a little close to the body or across the body there by Quigley, but not a bad attempt. And
unlucky. Ball gets through two Lebo sticks, and no shots here.
Good
ladies.
job
No
by
shots.
the D there. Good double
Stand
team.
her up.
And shooting space called on
Dang it.
Coghlan there. This will be Baldwin's second 8-meter of the game. They are 0 for 1. And we'll see if we can get a stick on the shooter's stick. We got Quigley there on her right side, the shooter's right side. They're going to collapse fast. Quigley's got some wheels. And it looks like maybe Saba on the other side. Sid Saba.
She gets a shot off, and I think a kick save by the goalie, if I saw that right.
Yep. Beautiful save by Madison Flynn there. Yeah,
it's backed up here. I don't know. I didn't see what happened.
I didn't either.
It appears to be Baldwin's possession. And they'll start at the X spot here and Baldwin play. They're not going to waste any time. They want to try to get one on the board here. with
Are you
five.
mentioning a SO?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
I'm alluding to something, but I'm not saying anything.
Okay, so
'cause
you
I
It
know
could be
better.
anything.
It could be anything.
And
Oh gosh darn it!
in the sphere there, illegal check on the Baldwin player. It'll be their third attempt for an 8-meter of the night. They're 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, we need a good collapse here.
Ellie Kovalin in a nice position to maybe get in there, and she's quick. And
Again, I think the
well
good pressure
defended.
by our two Lebo defenders forced a quick shot left of the net, backed up again by Baldwin here. So we are making it hard on ourselves with 5 minutes to go.
this is probably one of the longer stretches we've seen Baldwin
Oh, without a doubt.
getting some shots off and having the ball in the offensive zone.
Yeah, they've had a couple shot opportunities here. The one was a kick save, so that was on net. That last 8-meter was not on net.
And player breaking free in front of the goal.
Oh, what a great save!
Nice save by
save,
Madison Flynn.
Flynn makes a save. She caught that tight in her belly with her stick.
Madison's a freshman,
And,
I believe, right?
That is correct, yes.
so Lebo has possession, trying to fight through a couple Baldwin players. The Highlanders are not going away easy.
Ava Semenko with a nice ground ball there in traffic. 3.5 minutes to go. Lebo back into.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there we go. Tandon finishes on a nice tiptoe on the crease.
Nice,
So dangerous in front of the net.
nice
Good to
feed
see
by
that.
Hopusak there on the assist. Tandon's second goal of the night with 1 assist. So
He gets a Baker dozen on the board here for Lebo.
13-0 Lebo. 3 minutes to go. Great night overall for the seniors. Maybe it's not the most competitive game, but this has been a fun night, guys, for a lot of reasons. And as Reed, you mentioned, big game coming up, everyone. Home game against Bethel Park this Saturday, 2 o'clock. Get your computers ready, or better yet, come out to the field.
Must be a beautiful day. Full of either sun or rain, but it's going to be a day.
Nice, great draw control there. Credit to Reagan Quigley, who really fought hard for that and showed her 6 skills and speed all at once there. 2.5 minutes to go. Lebo's still looking to score, which is great. You want to see this offense playing. There's a lot of players out here who don't see a lot of playing time normally, and so it's great to see them attacking here.
2 minutes to go here. Let's see what happens.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Kenzie King back to Husak in the X. Husak looking for a cutter up top to Quigley. Quigley over to
She thought about it.
Over to a cutting tandem. She thought about it. That's right, Mark.
She kind of caught it behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a great angle. Not a great position there.
Looks like Lebo, ball's out of the tail end of the end zone there, but Lebo has possession. They're going to work it with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Got a cutter. Tayback. Oh, Tayback's looking for the hat trick. Or did she pick it up already?
No, she's still looking for it. That's right, Reed.
So she made a nice cut there. The ball found her stick, but chipped off of it. And it
A little
appears
false start there.
Baldwin is going to get possession here. And I'm sure they're just
Ball
hoping
down. Ground ball pickup GB by Kovalin. Kovalin showing her wheels and looking for a cutter. Back to Husak behind there.
Oh, they were tandem right. Oh, dang,
pass
that
a
was-
little bit ahead of her.
Yep,
Unfortunately.
that was the play right there for her HT.
And Baldwin picks it up.
We've got to chip away the next 41 seconds here.
We'll see if Lebo can preserve the score, Reed. Is that safe to
I
say?
think that is safe to say. I think
Okay.
they were not jinxing it.
Okay. And they do. They nice turnover,
Yeah.
picked up by Capristo, up to tandem.
I think my guess is she'll take this to X or get it down to X and probably get the final 20 seconds.
And over to
My guesses are
Husak.
gonna-
Husak sees daylight and brings it in. Hits
Oh,
the
good save by the goalie.
And nice save by the goalie.
6 seconds left. And it's interesting with 6 seconds left, the Baldwin player's getting ridden. So,
Nice game by Levo here. They did
13-0 shutout.
Can we say shutout now?
Hey, it's in the books, you can say it.
All right. Well done by Levo.
The Blue Devils travel to Detroit this Thursday, May 6th. And return to home action Saturday,
Yeah.
May 8th, when they take on
I was just there for
That is a varsity game only at 2 p.m.
Is it hour 20? Yeah.
The Mount Lebanon boys team have a home lacrosse game on Thursday, May 6th. They take on Pine Ridge. JV games.
Talk about the, try not to talk over the PA here, but
Thank you for attending tonight's game. St. Travis on your way home.
scoring tallies for the night will hit the seniors here. Mackenzie King with 3 goals and assists. Beautiful night for Mackenzie. She also handled a bunch of draws and controlled draws, aggressive on the GBs, the ground balls as well.
She also had at least 1 apple, didn't she?
She did have an assist as well. You have a good memory, Reed. Sarah Tabak knocking at the door of a hat trick with 2 goals. Great night for Sarah as well. Avery Tandon with 2 goals as well, plus an assist, and Hope Husak with 2 goals and an assist on the night. We're talking about the seniors here still. Jen Humis with 1 goal, and Jenna Lebo out of the defensive end with 1 goal. So 6 different seniors in the scoring category for Lebo, accounting for, I want to say, 10 out of the 13 goals tonight. Great showing by the seniors. Reagan Murdoch with an assist and a goal, and also Tegan Hoover, sophomore, with 1 goal, and Sarah Hudak, a freshman, with 1 goal on the night. That highlights really our scoring, but guys, it was a great night for our D and our goalies as well. Top to bottom, just a dominant performance by Lebo, but
Once again,
really defense and goalies not giving Baldwin much, if any, looks at all. Draw control was overwhelmingly in favor of Lebo. I didn't tally it all in the second half, but we're looking at roughly about 15-2 for the game for draw controls. Not far off
And
the
one
score
of those was
of
a
13.
procedural.
Yes, that's right.
We forfeited that.
That's exactly right. Lebo 1 out of 3 on 8 meters, and Baldwin 0 for 3 there. So varsity team goes to 10-1 on the back of a great night for Mount Lebanon seniors, and Baldwin goes to 1-11 on the season. So one more plug, we've got a big game. Bethel Park's in first place, they're undefeated. They'll be playing Lebo, who's in second place, this Saturday, 2 p.m. here at Mount Lebanon Stadium. Please come out and support the team.
It's going to be fun.
Good game.
All right, gentlemen, until Saturday afternoon.
Signing off here. Got Mark Hoover and Reed Covelin. And Ron Tandon on senior rec night. Turned out to be a beautiful night, guys, and looking forward to some more lacrosse soon.
Yep. All right, thanks, everyone.
congratulations, seniors.
Thanks, guys. Yes, for everything. And thanks for bringing Chloe. I was so happy to see her. I know. No, but this was. So anyway, so they're doing. Oh, that's nice. Well, that was very nice. I feel bad because I was like, no, Chloe cannot be there. She's going to be with me. My little safety blanket. Thank you. Woo!
glad you brought it because I was going to put it back in my car. So.
Yeah, I got my own.
Thanks. Have a good night.
You too.
side because it's just so grinding. You just never get anywhere. I feel like I'm never gaining any ground. Okay. I don't mind that. I mean, it's still frustrating, but I can deal with it.